Welcome to another edition of Play Branson. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm here with Haley Westrich. Haley, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
This is like our 9th episode now, so I feel like we've been doing this like a long time.
A long time.
So, for those of you that haven't watched us before, we're here to really get to know entertainers better, to tell you a little bit about what's going on in Branson, and so we got some things coming up.
We do. One of the biggest is the Festival of Wonder at Silver Dollar City, which is going to take place April 6th through the 30th. There's going to be a ton of a variety of different acts we've got flamenco kings to one of the largest harped instruments as well, too. So it's going to be awesome, to make sure to check that out.
So we were talking a little bit before in Flamenco Kings. I said probably the ladies are going to want to go to that.
Yes. Have you seen the billboards? I mean, they're amazing.
So I think here's the deal. If you are a lady and you like nice-looking men, you need to go see them. So that's coming up. We also have this weekend coming up, Chris Christopherson is in town. He's going to be playing out at the Welk Resort. So if you want to check that out, be sure and do that. And then this weekend, which we talked about a couple of episodes ago, is Young Christians Weekend. Some of my favorite bands are going to be here. I can't wait to see Seventh Time Down. I'm so pumped about that.
It's so exciting.
So, and then Building 429 is going to be here, and Laura Diego. Did I say that right?
I think so.
So lots of entertainers, and that's the thing. I think a lot of times people think about Branson as just country music, and we have great country music here,
Right.
but we have a lot more.
There's a lot more variety shows, and our guest with us today is from one of my favorite shows, that's for sure. So stay with us. When we come back, we're going to welcome Mr. Justin Sassonella.
The Best Western Center Point Inn. It's Branson's top hotel in the heart of Branson's entertainment, next to the Titanic Museum. Relax in the indoor pool and hot tub. The hotel offers a variety of room types. Enjoy the free hot breakfast every day. For more information or to make reservations, call 1-877-334-1894.
Welcome back to Play Branson. We're here with Justin Sassonella, and I'm always afraid I'm going to get that name right, but
You nailed it.
I nailed it. And you are the co-owner, co-producer, actor extraordinaire for Forever Young.
Correct. Myself, my brother Josh, our good friend Tony Turner, who the viewers might know from Pierce Arrow, and our childhood best friend Evan Bosworth. We all created the company, wrote the show, and then myself and Evan are in it.
Very, very entrepreneurial, very American. I love it.
That's it. We're trying.
So I've got this thing here, and I brought this, and this is like the coolest thing. It's a Image 3D. You guys remember this from years ago, where you put this up and you look through and click. Now, younger generation might not remember this, but I do. And so, talk a little bit just about your show, because it's different than what people are going to think about.
Yeah, we used our experience of being on the Branson stage. Some guys in our company have done Las Vegas. They've been on Broadway, cruise ships, and we used our experience of performing in multiple shows in town to bring something different specifically for the Branson market and the Branson audience. So what we did is in Branson, you get asked, you do meet and greet at the end of a show, which is different than anywhere else in town. And the number one question we got asked all the time was, how did you get started in entertainment? How did you make your way to Branson? And with that, we said, let's put it in a show. And that's what we did. So we used the greatest hits of all time, 50s till today, all genres of music, rock, pop, country, big band, swing, opera, gospel. And we used those greatest hits to actually tell the true stories of the guys that are in the show.
It's an awesome show. I went and saw it last year, and I'd heard great things about it. And so I took a big group of people with me, and sometimes you don't want to do that because you're like, I haven't seen the show, I need to make sure, but I had heard enough great things about it, and everybody absolutely loved it. And I think you guys do a lot of choreography in the show as well.
Yeah, you got to be triple threat to be in our show, and luckily we hired our friends, so we know they are that. You got to be able to sing, dance, act, but it's pretty easy to act when you're being yourself, and you get to play yourself as a character. It's very natural, and I think the audience gravitates towards that, and they realize that, and they notice that.
So I've seen the show several times, and tell me some of your favorite songs that you get to do in the show.
Oh, well, there's a lot of favorite songs. Obviously, Forever Young at the end of the show, and the journey that we've taken up to that point. But everybody has a moment to shine. There's no one star in our show. everybody gets a chance to tell their story, and I think the coolest thing for us is just seeing the audience take that journey with us. You got people laughing, you got people crying, which is different. You're not used to in a Branson show, and the journey is just an awesome experience. And when you got people coming up to you at the end of the show saying, you know, we've been coming to Branson for 30 years. We've seen about every show in this town, and this is the best show we've ever seen in town. For us, as creators, as actors, as performers, that's really what it's all about for us.
Wow, I got to ask, like, what makes them cry?
It's a very emotional show, because the main context of the show is how people can correlate moments in their lives, whether they be positive, bad, you know, the birth of your first child, your first kiss, your first dance. People hear certain music, and it takes them back to those memories, and that's really what the show's about. So the audience is watching the story of the guys on stage, but they're remembering their own lives. And without giving away the conclusion of the show, it's a pretty heartfelt, warming, serious, truthful ending to our show, and I think the audience feels that.
Yeah.
It's just awesome because, I mean, there is, like you mentioned before, such a variety. I mean, you go from country to pop. I mean, just a variety. So it keeps you on your toes throughout the entire show.
Yeah, and we knew the Branson audience. You know, you're going to have little kids, you're going to have teenagers, you're going to have baby boomers, millennials, all the way up to 80, 90-year-olds. And we wrote the show around them, so everybody that comes and watches the show can enjoy it. There's going to be something specifically for them, whether it's a genre of music or an era of music, and we put a lot of thought. It took us about 1.5 years to write the show, and we put a lot of heart and energy into it, and I think the audience gets that as well.
So I know when you guys were initially starting the show, the paper really covered it very, very well, and kind of the timeline, I guess, of it. But you guys have kind of had some challenges with, like, just the theater industry in town as well. But you've hung in there.
Yeah, I mean, we believe in our art, and I don't really know how to answer that question the right way, but yeah, it's not the easiest town to be successful in. What I can say is what we've learned and what we knew going into it at the beginning, it really doesn't matter how good your show is. There's a lot of other moving parts and a lot of other quote-unquote political things that go into play.
Yeah.
But we're doing well. We're excited about this year. Our numbers are looking good already, and we're excited.
So you have a new location.
Yeah, we're at the Americana Theater. Super excited. Working with the Newsomes, Chris and CJ. They're just fantastic. They've been welcoming us with open arms since day one. Anything that we need, they're accommodating. And George Dyer's going to be over there, and Janice Martin, and Red Hot and Blue. So we're really, really excited about the lineup. We love the location. We love the venue space. It's very comfortable. It's modern, and it's going to be our home, and we're excited.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Play Branson. Hopefully you just saw a little clip of the Forever Young show. It's once again we're here talking with Justin today, and awesome show. And Haley, I'll let you ask the next question.
So Justin, you've been performing in Branson a few years. Kind of tell us, your road to Branson, if you've been here all your life, or just give us a little bit of background info.
Sure. Well, I'm originally from Northeast Indiana, and directly out of high school, I was drafted to play baseball by the New York Mets, which we allude to in the show. That's
Right.
my story. And after I was done doing that, I got a call from my high school show choir choreographer, who's one of the main producers out at Silver Dollar City. He knew I was interested in getting an entertainment business. He asked me if I was still interested. So I drove out 10 hours, got an audition. He told me to pack enough clothes that if I got the job, I'd be there for 8 months. And that was in 2003. So
Okay.
I've been in and out of Branson, mostly here. This is home for my wife and I and our daughter. And worked at Silver Dollar City, did #1 hits of the 60s, Magnificent Seven variety show when it was at the White House, 12 Irish tenors, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and spent about 3 years on cruise ships with my wife.
Very cool.
And what was that like?
It's a different lifestyle, that's for sure. But the last contract we got to do was really cool because we got to see over 34 countries, got
Wow.
paid to do it, and it was a neat experience. And then our first couple of contracts were with Carnival, and back then you just had one guy singer and one female singer. So as an artist, it really helped you grow to kind of learn how to carry things on your own. You got nobody else to depend on, which is
Right.
very nerve-wracking. But as far as growth for being a singer-performer, it was a great experience.
And your family, talking a little bit about them. I got to see your little baby girl this past weekend. Super sweet.
Little baby Lyric, she just turned over a year old, and she's our first. And my wife Tiffany, who you might know from Comedy Jamboree and Celtic Ladies, love her to death. She's probably the most talented female singer in this town. Yes, I'm a little biased, but you ask a lot of other people, they'll say the same thing. But we love it here. This is home, and yeah.
So when you got the call from Silver Dollar City, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, you were going to play baseball. And so had you ever thought about being in the entertainment business your whole life?
I had thought about it. Where I'm from in Northeast Indiana, show choir was really big in high school, so that's kind of where I learned to be on the stage and dance and sing. And baseball was kind of the easy route, so I went after that. And it very quickly did I realize that wasn't where my heart was, and it wasn't my true passion. So I kind of gave that up, and then the opportunity presented itself, and luckily I got my foot in the door, and I've been able to stay inside for the last 14 years.
Wow, that's awesome. So there's 5 of you on stage, is that right?
Yep.
For the Forever Young show. So how do you guys make decisions? Who decides what song's going to happen when?
Well, the really cool thing about our show and the way that our company works is obviously we wrote the show and we have song ideas for the guys, but because the guys that are in our cast are our friends and they know their talent and they know what they feel comfortable doing, if there's an idea that they have, we live by the motto, best idea wins. So Brad, who's in the show, he wanted to sing a different song at the end of his set, but it still fits into the context of the show. And we said, all right, we'll give that a look, and got an arrangement to it, and we're going to slide that in there and make him happy, and we'll be happy and make the show better. So what a novel thought, huh?
Yeah, sounds great.
Oh, cool. Well, so you're opening very soon, so
We open a week from tonight. We are deep in rehearsals. We're going about 5:30 to 11 o'clock every night, and we're getting ready to go into Tech Week, get all the lights set, get the sound engineered and locked in and loaded. But we've got new stuff for those of you that have seen the show. Evan Bosworth is in the cast for the first time this year. He's one of the creators. He's been on cruise ships for the last 5 years, so we're excited to actually have him in the show this year.
Very cool.
And it's going to be awesome.
I'm
We're
super
really
excited to
Yeah.
see it, that's for sure.
So a lot of new things happening, new cast member, new location. And so, for those people out there that are like, man, I'm not going to go to a Branson show because they're all the same. Let me tell you, if you go to Forever Young, you will realize it's not all the same, and it's very different than other shows. And you really have, let's talk a minute about the sets, too. Because you guys kind of have a whole different kind of set, right?
Yeah, we've got a great creative team. My brother Josh has been in New York City for about the last 10 years. He's done some Broadway shows, so he's formed some really nice connections. So Upstate Scenic, who are friends of his, they actually built our set. They're based out of New York. We got people from New York writing arrangements, as well as people in town. So it's a really good, cohesive team that works very well together, and the product comes across on stage that way.
So talk to me about times. When are you guys going to be playing?
Yeah, we're going to be doing 4 shows a week. Monday nights 7:30, Wednesday afternoons at 2, Friday nights 7:30, and then Sunday at 2.
Okay, so a couple nights and a couple afternoons. So that's great. And I guess one other question I'd ask is how did you guys even come up with this idea to say let's do a show? I mean, you've been in a lot of other shows, but
That's
why?
exactly why.
Because you're I want to control it. Yeah.
Well, not so much we wanted to control it, but we wanted to use our past experience with companies that we've worked for, producers that we've worked for, and really the main reason we did it was for our fellow artists, because we wanted to be a company that treated its employees with respect, put them in the best possible position to succeed, make them feel appreciated, while also putting on great product. That's what our company's all about, and that's why we wrote the show.
And so is there, I think I remember talks about taking the show to other places or producing it in other places as well?
Yeah, we've got some tours coming up this winter of 2018. We'll be down in Grapevine, Texas, and then we've connected with Allied Concert Services, and we're going to be touring up in the north.
Okay.
So from end of December till the beginning of February, we'll be out on the road. You can check out our tour dates on foreveryoungbranson.com. Come check us out. And what we're really excited about, this is something that just happened about a month ago. We are the first official ambassadors for the Give a Note Foundation. And what that is, that's a branch of NAFME, which is the National Association for Music Education. And we're raising money to keep music in our schools. We just did a little gig with the Radio Disney that's sponsored by them. So to be the first ambassadors of that is huge for us.
That's awesome.
Because if we hadn't had music in schools when we were coming up, we wouldn't be here, that's for sure.
Wow, that is amazing. Folks, here's the deal. When you come to Branson, you're gonna want to go see Forever Young. And what we'd like for you to do is go to one of our sponsors, ibranson.com, and buy those tickets or call 877-ENTERTAIN. And we hope that you come to Branson soon, and be sure to go see Forever Young and go to ibranson.com. Have a great day. Until our next episode, we'll see you soon.